Peloton is gifting you their best offer of the season. Get up to $600 off Peloton Bike, Bike Plus, or Tread packages. Choose the package that is right for you with accessories ranging from cycling shoes to non-slip grip dumbbells and more. Whether you have 10 minutes to spare for a strength class or 30 minutes for a running or cycling class, there's a workout that works for you with music that is truly iconic. So don't miss out on Peloton's best offer of the season. Visit onepeloton.com to learn more. All access membership separate. Offer ends December 6, 2022. Excludes Bike, Bike Plus, and Tread Basic. See additional terms at onepeloton.com.
From the creators of Relevant Magazine, this is the Relevant Podcast.
It's Friday, July 12th, 2019, and it's the Relevant Podcast. It's a special one today. Here with me in Orlando studios on the ones and twos, our illustrious engineer, my brother, Chandler Stern.
Hello.
Also, sitting to my right, about 5 feet from me, here in Orlando, in our studios, live, in person, Propaganda.
West, but I'm here.
Dude, it's going to be fun. On the Skype line from Loverland, Virginia, Jesse Carey.
Hello.
And joining us all the way from Los Angeles, California, Bianca Olthoff.
So excited to be here, guys. And I'm going to represent the best coast because Prop may be on the East Coast, but I'm still going to hold it down for the best coast.
Hold it down. Hey, homie, all day, every day, always west. You know what I'm saying?
Bianca, I feel like we really have to give you credit for, we were very excited. We've been talking about it for like weeks now. Bianca's coming back on the July 12th show. We're so excited. And then this morning, we get a call that your home has lost power. It is apocalyptic over there, and you race across town, and now you appear to be on the floor of somebody's closet at this point.
And the power just went out here, too.
Oh,
so,
no.
Yo.
It's all sorts of crazy on the West Coast. I mean, earthquakes last week, power outages this week.
It's been crazy.
I'm holding it down still as the best coast, though.
Do not bring up Kawhi Leonard. I'm still triggered. That is the most Inland Empire thing to do.
That? I'm so sad.
We have a great show in store for you today. This might be the most diverse show we have ever done in 14 years of the Relevant Podcast. We have a lot of representation, and coming up later, adding to the diverse mix, we got the redneck down. David Crowder's joining us.
I think he's okay with that.
David Crowder. Hey, he's doubled down on it. He's got the beard. He does the hillbilly hat. He does hillbilly rock now. He knows his lane.
And I've noticed one of the markers that like the level of hillbilliness is the amount of guitars on stage. Yeah. And I'm like, it's
great.
There's a freakish amount of guitars on stage with this guy.
Yeah. And broken in boots. And like, I think there's like a dog taking a nap on most of his sets.
Oh yeah, just a golden retriever just hanging out.
Created a porch. The whole show
That's true. It is
on a porch.
It's true.
Load all the gear back there. Yeah,
that's right. His entire stage set literally is like a porch from like, the Outback or something. I don't know. Anyway, David Crowder's on. He has a new song out with Social Club Misfits and Mandisa. Again, keeping the diversity going.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah.
This is the beautiful spectrum of the body of Christ here today on the Relevant Podcast.
It just makes it better. It makes it better.
Es más better. I'm sorry.
Prob, why are you here in Orlando?
I am here in Orlando to enjoy the plantains. No, I'm here. I was speaking at a conference down the road, and they had me do a ton of things. So I ended up having like a ton of downtime. So
it's true.
I was like, yo, what's the word?
He
what y'all doing?
He came through. We just recorded an episode of Unedited. Just talked for the last hour. We solved, Jesse, it's good news. We solved racial inequality in America in the last hour. So
that's good.
Wait a minute. If there's no tears, it's not real because you make so many people cry.
Thank you.
Oh,
I mean, did Prop cry?
There was a moment.
I almost
Prop
cried.
recently went to Ethiopia, and there was a moment he had to pause for a second.
I did have to take a second.
Almost.
I explained to them, hey, look, B, I explained to them the difference between like Boyle Heights, Huntington Park, East LA, and then that like, Silver Lake and Echo Park used to be Latino, right? Like I was like explaining that like these were Latino hoods.
What I've learned is my lane for this podcast is talking to people who have achieved success and they're at this moment in their career where it's like they start saying, is this what I want to do for the rest of my life?
Yeah.
Is there anything more? And it's like a mid-career crisis, almost not midlife crisis, but mid-career. This is what I'm figuring out my lane is me taking these successful people and making them cry about their own insecurities and don't know what God's going to do in their life next. And all this stuff.
Bianca, here's what a lot of people don't know is that before each episode of Unedited, I get on and warm them up just to get them sad a little. And I'm just like, hey, Prop, thanks for joining us today. Let me check your levels real quick. Why are we doing that? I'm just going to say some things in your ears. Orphan puppies.
Yeah.
Global warming. That sea turtle with a straw stuck up its nose. The end of Armageddon when Bruce Willis dies in the asteroid. Are you hearing this okay? I just tested levels here. I don't mean to get you upset.
I don't know if you know this, but in 30 years, we're going to be out of fresh water. Check.
So, 1, 2, 1, 2. What kind of world are we giving to our children? 1, 4, 5. Man, Bambi's mother never stopped thinking about that. Okay, we're good, Chandler. Let's roll. Yeah.
My first question to him was, Prop, did you see in the news this morning that there's a glacier the size of Florida about to collapse and change sea levels permanently?
That was the first question.
And our environment will never be the same. So how are you doing, buddy?
Yeah, man.
That was how we started the show.
Yeah, so 7.1 earthquake. Is this it? Is California's breaking off? You done? Yeah.
You guys float away. Just
float away.
I have a question for you real quick before we jump in. I saw on Twitter that you were was that recently that you were recording the audiobook for your upcoming book release?
I did it. It's done.
So Bianca has a new book. You can pre-order it now. The new book is How to Have Your Life Not Suck. Now, Chandler, you might have to bleep that word because we've got the clean rating in the iTunes store. Right. How to Have Your Life Not Suck. Becoming today who you want to be tomorrow. And that is primed for an unedited where somebody's going to cry.
You won't even know what's going to come your way because I will not shed a tear. Cameron, I'd like to make a wager. A wager on that. I will.
This feels like this feels like a challenge.
Hey, at the end of that, you have to be like Monteveo. You have to like shout your hood at the end of that.
This feels like a challenge that I will accept. You say you will not cry. I can make you cry. I was out on the boat the other day with a friend and we were tubing. Okay. And my friend says to me, you can't get me off this tube. Like a challenge to my face.
Yeah.
And I said, challenge accepted.
I'm sorry, what?
And I didn't go full throttle, like fly off, whatever, because he's primed for that.
Yeah.
So what I did was I slowly circled the tube, wound him up like a yo-yo, ever so slowly, looking him dead in the eye as I was doing it. And then full throttle, that thing went, he shot 20 feet up in the air, came down, cracked the rib. I'm telling you, Bianca, I will metaphorically crack your emotional rib.
I was like, that took a sharp left, cuz like you might have punctured a lung, homie. Like,
listen, Bianca, you and I will get on right before we record to test some levels.
Right.
And I'll tell you about this bird's nest that I saw fall right out of the tree. And I need to tell someone because why did it have to happen? The mom just went out to get some worms or something.
So
it was
like
tragedy.
Almost laughing or crying.
Bianca,
I had to look at you to see if you was really crying.
Bianca, tell us about the book, How to Have Your Life Not Suck. You just did the audio book. People can pre-order your book now. It's coming out next month. So tell us about it.
Okay, so first of all, y'all are so kind because I was not expecting this at all. But literally, this is a book that I probably lived through in its fullness about when I was 25, so about 10 years ago. And this is the book that I wish I would have had. I was in a super lonely season. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't feel like there was people in my life that had gone through similar things. It was like, think about this. It was like the downfall of the recession in 2007. I had to move back home. My mom was dealing with a terminal illness, brain cancer. I had ended a broken relationship after 3 years with a man I affectionately referred to as Satan. And it just felt like my whole life was a mess. But I didn't feel comfortable in having that conversation because everyone at that age is like getting married and having kids. And I'm moving back home totally single and jobless. So I met these two women, Ruth and Naomi, out of the book of Ruth in the Old Testament. And I looked at their life completely suck. And yet what you think is the end could actually be the beginning. And what does it look like to rebuild your life with a sense of hope? Because you never know what fields you're going to end up in and how your life is going to change. And my hope is that this book will be a playbook for those in their 20s, early 30s experiencing a failure to launch, or a primer for the older generation to understand what their daughters or their nieces or their coworkers are going through, because it's a different season. So I'm stoked. I'm super stoked. And the fact that let me do the audiobook makes me excited, because what they don't know is that I'm going to bust out my Yiddish accent for Naomi, because she's a bitter old hag, right? And you have to put some flavor, some sabor in there, as Pop would understand. And then people think that Ruth is like this docile, like sweet, like where you go, I will go. Y'all, she was from Moab. She was like Cardi B, okay? So she's like, where you go, I will go. Oh, she seriously laid it down. And what people don't realize is she basically laid at the feet of Boaz, not to give her body, but to give her mind, and say, yo, boo me up. When she says, put your corner of your garment over me, that is a Hebrew idiom for marry me.
Yeah.
She had a DTR with a brother. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. And I feel like we just need to start equipping the next generation. Have the hard conversations. It's time to grow that. Oh, wait, can we say shoot? Bleep.
You better preach, girl.
The clean rating is gone because of me, y'all. Sorry. It's time to grow up and have some hard conversations. So I'm excited.
Yeah, Cameron, you ask yours, then I got one for her.
Why did you date Satan for 3 years? Why did it take so long?
Okay, listen, if people break up, it's because the relationship is broken. And I went back like a dog to my vomit thinking, I'm going to fix it this time, or he's changed, or I've changed. And the truth is, that's a really tall order to expect someone to change. If you guys break up, the relationship's broken, time to let it go. And to be honest with you, I think it was a lot of things. You know, he was in a band, he was a musician, he was traveling. He felt cool, and I didn't feel cool. And I felt like maybe if I attached myself to him, it would bring some sort of validation, or I would be able to come alongside and support. And that's never been me. I was looking at something to define me rather than just being okay with me defining me. So I went back to that relationship, and it should have been done. I'm so grateful.
Yeah, girl, you're a main
so
stager.
Grateful I was spared. Like, y'all, I dodged the bullet.
Well, I two quick things I want to add to that is, one, it's funny you bring up a dog returning to his vomit, because I was just thinking about a dog with the stomach flu and getting really upset about it. Just really emotional.
Not gonna cry.
You mentioned that you did the one of the voices in the book, like as like in character. Like, here's my request for you. Does this satanic boyfriend have any quotes in the book? And if he does, can I volunteer to voice Satan in the book? I promise I'll do a good job. I promise. I
will give you that role. Unfortunately, I don't want to give this cat any more credence than he deserves. He's already taken too much real estate in my heart, and it's done. Foreclosed on that house. Moving on up.
Hey, does he know he in the book?
I don't know, and I'm not too sure.
Does he even know how like bossed up you are now? That's the better question.
I don't know. I have no clue.
Good
I really don't.
Good
and like,
for you.
I joke and call him Satan and stuff, but I mean, I have no ill will to him. I hope he is doing so well. Like, legit.
Yeah.
I feel like it was such a good God closed door that I don't want to go. I don't need to go
and
back.
Why would you have any tabs on him anyway?
Yeah. But real talk. In all seriousness, he's the literal devil. He is the worst. So, you know.
I'm curious about that reality. Oh, so you're now on the other side. 3 years is a long time, you know, trying to make it work or whatever. But you're on the other side of it now. You're looking back and going, he was Satan. But in the midst of it, how did you not see it? Or did you see it, but you didn't have the confidence to leave?
Okay. There was all these signs, but okay. So there's this one chapter in the book that I wanted to entitle Stupid Girl. My editor felt like it was a little bit harsh and we don't want to, offend people too much. So, we ended up cutting that chapter, and I think it's going to be something that I just fold into like a conversation or a podcast or just something, because not to be disparaging against women. I am not being disparaging, but I think sometimes we are prone as women to play the stupid girl role. Because we want intimacy and we want to be chosen and we want to be seen. And so we will allow stupid decisions and stupid treatment because we're being stupid in that moment. And I maybe I saw it and maybe I didn't care. And that's a hard reality to admit.
When did you realize that about you? Was it like in the relationship, or was it like years later?
There was rumors. They were recording some music out in Nashville, and there were some rumors that he got real cozy with a girl from a band out there. And like literally, if someone's cheated on you, you know it, like your gut, your intuition, the Holy Spirit, whatever you want to, label that as, and I knew, and I stayed. And you know what the sad part is like, I kind of hinted at like, hey, I kind of see this going on.
Like, what's the word?
But I never had a full grown up, I'm a woman, let's have a grown up conversation. Did you cheat on me?
Yeah. And
what does cheating mean to you? Because it may be physical, it may be emotional, it may be sexual. I don't know. But did you engage in that? I didn't have the courage.
That question is like the one that like, I'm glad you brought that up, to be like, what do you mean by cheating? Because I found that that's how a lot of times people like kind of weasel out of situations.
100%.
Number one. And number two, I feel like when you're a lot of times lying to yourself. That like, this ain't cheating. Like, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, but like you said, like in the guttural part of you is like, nah, I know what I'm doing.
That actually came up on a very special episode of King of Queens I saw on syndication this week.
The life lessons and actually, I will say this, I cried. Now, beforehand, I saw a box of kittens that was for sale on the side of the road and just got a little misty-eyed, splitting those little guys up. But wow, what an episode, Cameron. I agree. And also, I want to let you guys know I've adopted 12 kittens. I couldn't bear to see them apart. They're taking over my house. They're wild. They're horrible. You want to talk about the literal devil. Each one of these cats is Satan. I made a huge mistake. I've got to get them out of my house. They're driving me crazy.
It's terrible.
It's so stupid.
You can see why they were left on the side of the road in a box that said free kittens.
Because they're terrible. They're
awful.
Terrible creatures.
Literal devil. Yeah. Stupid boy right here. Picked up a bunch of cats.
When I was 5, my best friend was my dog Caesar. And I remember one day I was taking a nap one afternoon, and Caesar came to the doorway of my bedroom, and he was sick. He threw up right in my doorway, and he laid down and died.
Oh, dang, man.
Literally died in front of me.
It's hard to love, man.
Is this a real story?
Yeah.
That's how my
first pet died.
Cameron, that's almost as tragic as my first pet, which was...
You guys are trying to make me cry, and I have my dog.
No, here's the thing. I'm trying to add pivot into promoting my own stuff right now. It's hard to love, dog.
Bianca, let me tell you, I had another pet. This is true. I had asked my parents for a pet rabbit for years. I was 8 years old. And finally they gave me, and they said, okay. And so we got the little lop-eared bunny and had a little cage for it. And we had him on the back porch, right, on cinder blocks and screened-in porch. And my dad was like, hey, I want to put this out in the yard. I don't want him on the back porch. And we just got him. I was like, please, okay. So we put him out there. And I come home the next day, and he's got a little drop of urine in his blood. And I was like, Dad, can we move him back into the porch? I think, like, I don't know what it is, but something out there. He's exposed, and something's wrong with Floppy. And he's like, no, we're keeping him out
Floppy?
there. Yeah, Floppy or Rabbit.
Oh my gosh, be more creative than that. Anyway, go on.
And he's out there. Next day I come home, see my new bunny. I'm really excited. And I kind of turn the corner, and I see fur all over the ground.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, what in the world? And I turn the corner, and there in the cage, there's blood and fur everywhere. Floppy had been eaten alive, skinned alive. He was still in the cage, but his skin was ripped off of his body. And I came home.
Oh, that's
and what had happened was the neighbor's wiener dog had gone under the fence and came up and was nipping at him.
You're a liar.
And
true.
pulling
holding
his
my wiener dog in my hands.
Skin off of him.
This story right now.
And I knew the day before something was wrong with Floppy, and my dad refused to listen to me.
Yeah.
That severed our relationship. I never trusted him again. Yeah. Honestly, my dad and I had a bad relationship because my dad essentially killed my bunny.
There's this place called Onsite. And we can work through those issues, okay?
Yeah, Alma was a vegetarian for about 10 years because when she lived in Mexico, she had a pet rabbit. And then for her birthday, her grandma cooked it and they ate it. And she was like, I can't believe that just happened.
Well, guys, I got the worst one of all.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, my first pet was a little turtle, cute little guy. I named him Michelangelo. And I won't say how he passed away, but I will say this. Guys, it turns out turtles are connected to their shells. And no matter how hard you try, you can't get them out. And what have I done? Poor Michelangelo.
Oh my God.
I didn't realize. I thought
this was going to be a Ninja Turtles joke. I
thought he
turned
could come
super
out.
Dark.
You tried to pull him out of his shell?
We've all had bad things happen. Stupid boy, right here. Stupid boy.
Oh my gosh.
Awful.
I can't believe that. We need a break. Clean break. All right, here we go.
Clean break.
Stay tuned. Up next, the hot list is coming. You're listening to Georgia Smith. Song is Love. It's the Goodbyes reprise, the Conductor remix. At the beginning of the podcast, we came in hot. That song sounds like it was AC/DC. It was not. It was Ed Sheeran, Chris Stapleton, and Bruno Mars with the song Blow. Whoa. All right. Okay, it is time for...
It's the hot list. The hot list.
It's sizzling. Sizzling, much like the uncovered skin of my rabbit out in the exposed afternoon sun in Florida.
Are we going back there?
As it was dying in shock, waiting for me to come home, and the wiener dog was sitting there triumphantly.
So sad.
Well, hey,
so sad.
I bet you guys didn't know that turtles can scream, and it sounds terrible. It'll haunt your dreams. Okay. Even as an adult.
For the listeners, Jesse's joking. I'm not.
Yeah, that did not happen. It was too funny not to say. It was too funny not to one up these stories in an absurd, terrible way. So I took the bait.
Before you report this, dude.
Oh, man. Okay, coming in. Number 5 this week on the hot list. Okay, there's an update. We've been talking about this for a while. Aaron Paul and Bryan Cranston have been posting cryptic things on social media, and everybody, including us, took the bait and said it means a Breaking Bad movie is coming. Guess what? They were toying with us. So yeah, they've been doing these like matching images on social media, saying coming soon or even sooner, and we were all sure it meant Breaking Bad was coming back. Instead, the duo revealed that they're actually launching a brand of mezcal liquor called Dos Hombres. So the reaction from fans was basically
Dos Hombres.
Dos
Oh,
Hombres.
I'm good.
That seems problematic to me. That Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul
two of the whitest people.
First of all, you got a series about drug dealing.
Yeah,
and y'all the heroes in it, and it's starring white people. Mm-hmm. But you get to be the good guys. And now you making my scout? Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, Dos Hombres.
I feel like if they're going to do that, they should have like blue vodka or something. At least something that ties back to the show, like their like their meth or something. But they went another route, so there we are.
Dang, a tie back to meth is woo. You're on a roll, Jesse.
Okay, but the good news is that the Breaking Bad movie from writer-director Vince Gilligan is actually reportedly still in the works, but it's unclear if Cranston is going to actually appear in it because, as you know, in the finale. Spoiler alert, he's not with us any longer.
He's deader than that poor turtle.
he's deader than the wiener dog's prey. Anyway. Steve Harvey coming in at number 4 this week. Steve Harvey pulled a real-life Scott's Tots and gave scholarships to 8 incoming Kent State students this week. Mm-hmm. The comedian and host of the daytime talk show, Steve, is a former Kent State student himself. His organization, the Steve and Marjorie Harvey Foundation, partnered with the school and a group called the Male Empowerment Network to provide the group of 8 men of color with full scholarships and to support them throughout their academic career. While awarding the students with the scholarships, Harvey explained why God wanted them each to succeed. Here is a clip.
I'm really overjoyed at this point, man. Like, this is really, really a cool moment for me. I want y'all to take advantage of this, man. Do something with yourself. Don't blow this shot. There's a lot of people out here that will not get a shot like this. Let me tell you something, man. Millions of kids trying to go to college every year. I can't tell you how many black kids in that area up there in Northeast Ohio. Thousands. How? Just think about this for a moment. Out of the thousands of kids, y'all 8 names got pulled out the sky. How? Well, I'm gonna tell you how. Because that Almighty God, He got a plan for you.
Yes.
Because that Almighty God, He sees something bigger.
That's
I
awesome.
love Steve Harvey, man. He seems like if
listen.
Like, if you could hang out with one celebrity, Steve Harvey, I feel like is on a short list. Just because I feel like he's always probably up to something cool. He'll probably lend you one of those dope suits.
I was finna say.
And he's just
going to lend you a suit. He may give you a cigar or something. But he ain't gonna...
The suit and that edge up, you ain't touching it. You know what I'm saying?
No. If you're going to, if you're like, hey, I'm having dinner with Steve Harvey tonight, okay? It's either he's going to give you a loaner, or you better get to that tuck shop right away and get something that's like a hybrid zoot suit thing, like a little extra long. Like I'm going to show up like Craig Sager in there. I am going to look fly.
He's not frozen in the Kings of Comedy era. He has evolved his wardrobe slightly.
Slightly.
I don't think you understand.
It's not
50
doing the
plus
5
black
button.
men.
He's not doing the 5 button. Jack
You guys
anymore.
need a primer on the 50 plus black man.
Give it to us. Give it to us.
You guys follow like Spice Adams, so it's the Bluetooth. What you say, Chuck? Where you just like screaming
So
all
you're
on the
saying
phone.
you're saying Steve Harvey is
It's
still
something that
rocking,
you graduate into.
He's still rocking those suit pants that are so big you could put 2 legs in one.
Here's the thing. Okay.
Okay.
Picture dad.
Yeah.
Any given, let's say Anytown, USA. The idea that he's probably wearing New Balance is that's just what it is.
It is
he's
what it
wearing
is.
New Balance.
Yeah.
So when I tell you about the 50 plus black man, it's just what it is.
So the Kings of Comedy tour is
that's
frozen in time. That is forever the
that's
uniform.
Sunday's best.
Okay.
That's Sunday's best.
Yeah.
But what I'm telling you is, if he's getting dressed up, that's what he's wearing.
Okay.
I don't know what else to tell you.
All right.
And listen, he could wear those clothes from now until Jesus Christ returns because we're paying so much attention to his I would say distinct style. But y'all, he literally changed the lives of those men.
Yeah.
And I just want to pause and recognize that because as a scholarship recipient from Bill Gates Millennium Scholar, like everyone has a rich uncle except I never did. So my rich uncle was Rich Uncle Bill, and he paid for 70% of my college education, and he literally changed my life.
What?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
How did you get that
amazing.
scholarship? Like, what happened? What's the story?
So I was in college when he first started the program, and they were specifically for students of color. It wasn't class-based, it was color-based, but they were looking with color-based, merit-based. And so the president of my college, as a freshman, the president of my college had called me in and said, hey, I think that you should apply for this, and I will write a letter of recommendation. And so I did. And by the second semester of my freshman year, I was informed that I qualified. And the beautiful thing about that scholarship, unlike any other scholarship, because I was a scholarship kid, was that the scholarship wasn't given to the school. The scholarship was given to the student so that the student could allocate and determine where the funds went. I'm forever marked and forever changed because of the generosity of Bill and Melinda Gates.
That's so dope. I would even throw this.
It changed my life.
I would even throw this because like Alma had a similar situation where it was like the Puente Foundation where she got a scholarship for UCLA who were looking for like Latinas, right? And but for her and for you, it was the school administrator that knew well enough to come tell you. So so my situation was I didn't know none of that stuff was available. Like a black man from a single parent home, college should have been free. I had no idea. There was stuff I didn't apply to because I was like, I don't have $50 to apply to UCLA for you to tell me I'm not in. You know what I'm saying? So like I applied to the schools I thought I could get into. I didn't know, Doc, there's fee waivers. Like I didn't know about any of that stuff. But that's dope that there was somebody in everybody's in this story's life that was stopped and been like, no. Listen, there's stuff for you. Yeah. Like apply to this. Yeah. I just didn't know.
Bill and Melinda Gates. History will be very kind to the impact that they've had in the world. Every few years, I get the opportunity to go to the Gates Foundation's meeting where they talk about kind of like their global goals and the work that their organization's been part of and doing. And I can't think of two private citizens that have had more of an impact on systemic global issues and seeing them quantifiably turn. I mean, like the eradication of diseases, generational diseases, poverty, things like that they have identified, education and helping people stand up on their own 2 feet. They are not about handouts. They're not doing charity work. They are saying strategically we're trying to like pivot entire people groups, entire nations, entire continents, and it's amazing to see the quantifiable change. And Jesse, we report on it quite a bit. Like when they release their new data every couple of years, it's amazing. Like the world is getting better. I mean,
because of the efforts almost of those two individuals, in our lifetime, malaria could be completely eradicated. Like a disease, like a waterborne, like a disease that disproportionately targets developing communities in the developing world just because of the nature of how malaria is spread. It's water-based. Because of their efforts, it could be in our lifetime where that is completely eradicated. They really do have not just like a vision to help, but a strategy, like you guys were both saying. Like,
well, they've even like in the last one, Jesse, we were talking about this. They've identified like for the continent of Africa, like the birth rate, how to get that in better alignment. And it's not just contraception and things like that. It's getting girls educated. And why aren't girls getting educated? Oh, because clean water and different issues, like they have to stay in the home, so they're not educated, and then they have a lot of babies, and then it continues the cycle. So like what they're doing is trying to get back to root causes to get, and so then they've identified like specific countries and regions of countries. Like if we can get this region turned, then the overflow effect will affect the entire continent and stuff. It is fascinating strategic work that they've identified, even like you, Bianca, like the impact that you will have if we can help her get the education to then look at what you're doing now. I mean, you have a national platform and you're changing lives and stuff. And it's like those smart strategic investments in people, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Thank you. This is so fun. Back to Steve Harvey. I love him and his suits. Man has swag, y'all. It's his own swag. He has swag.
He is very cool. He is very cool.
I look forward to being that.
I hope that's
At what
you.
point?
I hope that's you.
How old? When do you? Is it a gradual thing?
That's a thing.
Or is it a day where you go, you know what? I'm going to box up the old wardrobe and I'm going to just
I'm nervous,
double
man.
down the men's warehouse.
I feel like it's going to sneak up on us. Cause like, so I'm at the age now where I'm seeing like when I was in elementary school, middle school, the high school guys that are about to start college, like the house dancers that I was like, these are the kid and play guys that I was just like, you're the coolest dudes on the planet. I'm seeing these dudes walking around now with like size 40 jeans and like throwback jerseys. And I'm like, you look like 2001, right? And I'm thinking, you look ridiculous. And I'm like, I wonder if for me, that's what it's going to become, where like, and it's going to sneak up on me one day where I'm like, why do I look like 94 right now?
But I don't think anybody knows it happens to them.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to sneak up. I'm so nervous.
Because you're doing the thing you like. You're like, I like this. This is what I'm doing. You don't realize tastes evolve.
Yeah, when you walk in there, you walk in the store and you see an outfit of linen and it matches. And you're just like, you know what that would look good with? Some leather sandals.
Oh, man.
Then I'm like, you're done.
You're comfortable.
You're granddad.
You're stylish.
It feels great.
I have a theory. I have a theory I want to propose. It's kind of Gladwellian. It's the tipping point happens in that fashion when as soon as a guy or a woman for that case feels like the right thing to do is have a cell phone belt clip, it's all downhill from there. That's when you decide those leather shoes and that white linen work. As soon as the cell phone belt clip comes into play, you're tucking in polo shirts at that point.
Or you keep the Bluetooth mic in your ear
when
at
the
all
Bluetooth
times.
stays on your ear.
Bluetooth.
You're at the movie. You still got the Bluetooth in your ear. Why?
Yeah,
take it out.
And it's not even like the Apple cool ones.
No.
It's like
the blue
a OG
light
Bluetooth.
is shining in my eyes. Please take off your Bluetooth, sir.
What is you doing,
I
fam?
feel like the guy comes walking down the sidewalk and it's like, is that a police car coming down behind me? No. That guy's just got a Bluetooth in it. And it's literally a blue blinking light in his ear.
Yeah, you're done. You're done. It's over.
The technology has evolved. We can put earpods in, you can't even see. But no, they want the one that it looks like you're part cyborg. It looks like you got some medical thing that was implanted on the side of your head to like regulate brain chemistry. There's no need for it. And again, if they just wake up in the morning, they put it on as soon as they put their socks on. It's staying in till shower time.
And there's parts of like your posture where you're just like unnecessarily leaning forward. That's what I noticed about like, why is you leaning? It's just, I wish this was a video pod, but you just kind of stand up, kind of leaning forward. Like, what you say now? How y'all doing? Wait, hold on. I'm getting a call.
Steve does.
What's going on, Chuck? Yo, saying
Steve Harvey kind of does lean in when he's doing the interview with the
he's just kind of like unnecessarily leaning forward.
And he's reached a phase too where he's just as charming. But do you feel like he's always a little annoyed? Like even when he's hosting Family Feud, it's like he doesn't even need to say anything. It's just someone says an answer, he turns around and walks away. Like
now that guy has already showed up in me, and my wife calls it my shadow man. His name is Cletus.
Okay,
right? Because I actually look forward to becoming like a grumpy old man. Right. So there are times that when I'm tired enough, like I've been gone too much, I've been, and somebody say something and my face is just reading, you don't know what you talking about right now. Like, I don't understand why you still talking. Right. So like that grumpy old man where you just like, look here, just live a little. You don't know what you talking about. That guy's already came out.
So when is your Bluetooth coming? When is your linen pants,
Bluetooth
sandals, and Bluetooth coming? Because you are just 2 clicks away, brother.
I'm 2 clicks, dog. I'm 2 clicks.
All right, coming in number 3 on the hot list. This week, Beyonce released a new spiritual song from the upcoming Lion King movie. The pop superstar voices Nala in the live-action adaptation of the Disney classic and is curating the soundtrack, similarly how Kendrick Lamar curated the Black Panther soundtrack. Along with containing new versions of some of the animated movie's classic tunes, the soundtrack contains the new original from Beyonce called Spirit. She's backed by a gospel choir, and the song contains some spiritually inspired lyrics with Beyonce singing lyrics like, "Say and rise up to the light in the sky. Watch the light lift your heart up. Burn your flame through the night. Spirit, watch the heavens open. Spirit, can you hear I'm calling?" In a statement, Beyonce explained, "This is sonic cinema. This is a new experience of storytelling. I wanted to do more than find a collection of songs that were inspired by the film. It was important that the music was not only performed by the most interesting and talented artists, but also produced by the best African producers. Authenticity and heart were important to me." Here's a clip of Spirit.
Whoa, Spirit, watch the heavens open. Yeah, Spirit, can you hear it calling? Yeah.
If you listen to this in a vacuum, could you kind of be like, is this a new worship song? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're kind of like ambiguously spiritual lyrics, but it's like, Spirit, can the heavens open? And you're like, oh, come on, let's do it. Raise hands
Jesus.
up. I mean, I started getting the church vibe there. I don't know about you guys, but
can I ask? I mean, the clip, the first kind of clips and trailers of the upcoming Lion King movie have been coming out. Can I ask y'all's thoughts? Because here's the deal.
Mixed reviews, man.
Here's when I look at it, I'm not moved. It doesn't feel so. Last night on Twitter, a creative that a lot of us know and follow, Alex Medina, tweeted the clip.
About to talk about that,
and he said, and I'm reading his tweet. He said, "Ugh, this clip did not push me over the edge. Feels hollow and lacks expressiveness of the original. In isolation, the CGI looks amazing, but it seems like I'm watching National Geographic while the Guava Islands soundtrack is playing."
I was like,
wow, burn. Well, tell us what you really feel, Alex.
I mean, Alex will always tell you what he really feels.
But that's kind of like, I didn't want to be the one. I'm like, maybe I'm just not getting it. But I just I look at that and I'm like, I don't have any interest in seeing this film.
I kind of felt this. I got nervous because I was like, is it just nostalgia? Do I want to see this because of nostalgia? And I'm going to try to tell my brain that it's amazing, right? The CGI, like you said, the voices,
very real.
Studs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody, like all the hype behind it. But I'm like, dang, yeah, it might just.
But there was like a palette. The original had it created, Scars Africa and like the hope and the vista and whatever. And like when you look at it now, it's just like, okay, it's just like real looking. It doesn't have the feeling. At least what we've seen so far,
Yeah, a part of the cartoon-esque thing is the imagination of a cartoon world. This, like he said, it's just Nat Geo, and I'm like, I don't know if I can.
It's too real.
It's almost too real.
I'm not.
Maybe we'll get it when it's in the theater.
That's what people's responses are.
I feel like Transformer felt flat for me, and then I loved it in the theater. And then I felt even like Captain America, I was like, meh. Then I got to theater, and the theater experience, the Dolby sound and the lights, I feel like there might be a little bit more power behind it. I still don't think it's going to be like the cartoon, but for nostalgia's sake, and then also to bring that story back to life with my own stepkids or other people. I love the fact that I get to share. Like, I remember when I saw this cartoon in the theater and I get to see it with you.
I got a hot take here, guys. And I don't mean to disagree with the whole panel, but I'm going to, and I'm going to say it looks awesome because it does look just like a nature show. It just looks like Planet Earth or whatever. But the problem with those shows is they're super boring. And every time you're watching one, you're like, dude, I wish those animals were like talking or something because they're just walking around and it's super boring. Like that warthog, it looks hilarious. Like that little meerkat, I bet if he had an inner monologue, it'd be really funny and he'd sound like John Oliver and that warthog sound like Seth Rogen. Well, guess what? It's happening. Whenever I see two lions on the screen when I watch one of those boring shows trying to fall asleep, I'm like, dude, you know what would make this a lot better if those two lions started fighting. Guess what? Lion King has all of this stuff. Like it's what you wish would happen in a nature show.
But that real lion's not going to backflip off a vine like it does in the cartoon, which was like one of my favorite moments. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The fantasy of it's like gone. And that's so much of the heart of that original.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know who the target demographic is. I actually literally don't know who the target demographic is for this remake, but my 9-year-old has no interest in it. Like zero. So.
Oh, that makes me so sad.
Yep.
Oh.
Anyway.
Come on, Cohen.
Coming in.
Get the program.
Number 2 this week on the hot list. Yet another streaming service has been announced this week. Warner Media announced its own standalone streaming subscription service called HBO Max, which will feature content from HBO, TBS, CNN, Cartoon Network, DC superhero movies, True TV, TNT, and other Warner networks, as well as original programming. It will also host a lot of classic content. Get this. Like The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Friends. They're pulling Friends. The number 2 most streamed show on Netflix is Friends. Number 1's The Office. And Netflix is losing both of them. Friends is going to HBO Max. No price point's been announced for the service, but it's launching in the spring next year. So next year we have Disney Plus. We've got NBC's coming out next year. And now we have HBO Max. And we have Netflix. And we have Hulu. And Amazon. And you're going to be spending $75 a month. Yeah.
What somebody going to lose in this? This is just
Netflix.
Yeah, they're going to lose. But here's we was talking yesterday. I think so. The future to me is my Hulu service is because I have Spotify Premium.
I didn't know this. So he educated me on this last night. I have Spotify Premium. Don't have Hulu because I don't want to pay for it.
But
and he said it's free. It's in there. It's included with your Spotify Premium.
For both.
I had no clue.
Wake up. You know what else? My Amazon Prime Video. That's how I got HBO.
HBO is included in Amazon Prime Video. I had no idea.
That's the future.
He's sitting there telling me he's watching Game of Thrones, and I was like, "Oh, you subscribed to HBO?" He said, "No, I just have it with Amazon.
No, it's on my Amazon.
Included."
Hey,
I had no clue.
Speaking of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, real quick, my other secret to making people cry before people go on unedited is I pull up the clip of Will going to Uncle Phil and talking about why his dad didn't love him and why he didn't choose him. And I'm telling you, it's impossible to watch that clip even now in hindsight and not cry.
I still can't laugh.
When
about
you walk
this.
into our studio, I have a large poster size framed a shot of that final moment of Fresh Prince where he's standing in the empty living room. And that's it. When you walk in, and that's where we record.
People just crying. Just got to get people on the emotionally right tonal level, and that does it. I mean, it is
the emptiness and the loss of home, and safety and stability.
I almost didn't do the podcast walking in here with that. I was like, this is
too much. Too much. All right, coming in number 1 this week on the hot list, Faith is playing a big role in the latest season of The Bachelorette. I have not been watching it, but this is what they have written down for me. So I will tell you what's going on. So this week, contestant Luke Parker took Bachelorette Hannah Brown to his hometown where they visited his church. Luke's a member of a small group. He leads a college ministry and teaches Sunday school. What a guy. On the show, he also shared his own testimony where he explained that when he was younger, he was, quote, chasing sex and entangled and caught up in sin of all kinds. And one day he said he heard the voice of God tell him, Luke, let go and follow me. He explained, I could see a glimpse and see into heaven. I remember thinking to myself, this is where I need my focus. This is where I need to be thinking of and nothing else. The Holy Spirit coming and convicting me. That's why I am the man I am today. Faith's been a major theme of the show this year. Earlier, Luke told Hannah that he would leave the show if she slept with contestants. She explained to Entertainment Tonight that her telling Luke, I have had sex and Jesus still loves me earlier this year was the season's most intense conversation. Here's a clip of The Bachelorette.
What is the most dramatic moment of the season?
I've had sex and Jesus still loves me is probably one of the most dramatic.
Okay.
Moments. Yeah.
So let's talk about sex.
Okay.
And how the marriage bed should be kept pure.
My faith, that is a big, huge part of me. And a lot of times people get Christianity and religion messed up because your faith should be something personal in a relationship and it's not to judge others.
And let's say you have had sex with one or multiple of these guys. I'd be wanting to go home.
Oh my God, I cannot believe you just said that. I'm so mad. I don't owe you anything.
It seems like you felt judged or shamed.
Yes, and it's like, regardless of anything that I've done, that people might think, oh, well, that deserves a scarlet letter. That's not how it works. Like, I can do whatever I sin daily and Jesus still loves me. Like, it's all washed. And if the Lord doesn't judge me and it's all forgiven, then no other man, woman, animal, anything, I don't know, anything can judge me.
Nobody's judging Hannah B.
Nobody's going to judge me. I won't stand for it. I'm going to speak my mind.
This is the problem with letting the youth testify at youth group. Because they get up there and they start saying all this heresy, and like the pastor's not knowing what to do.
That's
what's
why
going on right
whenever
there.
someone goes up at church to give a testimony, and we've talked about this before. And Bianca, you've probably you've been in ministry. You know that you never actually hand over the microphone. You hold the microphone to their face so you can yank it away. Right?
Always
Tell me about
hold
the
mic.
No. And 1000%, we've had people like try to take the microphone even so we do baptisms at church, and we've even instructed everyone, do not let the microphone go because you have no clue what people are going to say. Yeah. Hannah B went rogue. A pastor needed to come in and intervene. It was a mess. It was a mess on both sides. It was a mess on the editing of how they made him look. Yeah. It was a mess of editing on what she said on ET. Yeah. I was cringing on both sides. Yeah. I was dying.
Are you a big fan of the show?
I'm a fan of pop culture and the crossroads of Christianity. So I consider it market research. Yeah. So for educational purposes, I will watch
y'all
the
got
show.
all these disclaimers about the thing, man. Both of y'all.
But I have no disclaimers for Vanderpump Rules. Okay. And Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and OC, no disclaimers. I'm just trashy and love it.
There you go.
Trashy and love it.
Below Deck this season, next level.
I have my, this is my, and I don't watch the
Deck
Bachelor.
is below my standards. I have to remember we were close, but no.
I have a theory, and I don't watch the Bachelorette. I mean, like, I'm aware, obviously, like I can, I see like clips like this going around, and like you were saying, Bianca, there's sort of like, this is our field, right? The intersections of faith and culture. We kind of got to talk about it. But I have a theory with both of those franchises because I know in the last season of The Bachelor, like purity and ideas about purity played a big role because of some of the people on the show, because of their faith. My personal theory here is because all other reality shows, particularly ones involving like dating and romance, have gotten so extreme. Like Love Island is coming, and even shows like the Vanderpump Rules and all. Like they're just so like morally all over the place, and the appeal is really kind of based on like the salaciousness of a lot of the plot lines that a lot of the characters are going through. My theory is like the Bachelor and Bachelorette are franchises are trying to do some sort of pivot to at least engage Christian audiences and Christian viewers by getting people that are outspoken about their faith. Not that they're perfect role models, but at least they're like engaging conversations that matter to faith audiences.
To which I agree. However, how it's being cast and how it's being cut and how it's being edited makes the Christian perspective, or I don't even say a Christian perspective, makes the biblical view of sex so archaic, so dorky, so vanilla, so basic, and so boring. Actually, like this summer, we're in a series at church called Life's Toughest Questions, and I took on the topic of sex just this past Sunday. And I want to, we need to take back the message of the power of sex and how good it is, especially within the context of marriage, because everything we're saying out there is that sex before marriage is amazing, and it's passionate, and it's hot, and it's, fantasy suite, and it's Love Island. And then when you get married, it's like, is there one positive marital relationship that provides a good context for a healthy sex life that looks fun?
Yeah, my marriage.
Y'all, I've watched so much TV. I've seen so many movies. I read so many books, and I cannot think of one marriage, except for that one couple on the Titanic that died together in each other's arms. They were probably 106 years old. But that love scene where they're holding each other's arms at the bottom deck of Titanic, other than that,
and Prop and Alma, that's a great example of a healthy. Come on, Jesus. Ándale, pues. I would say this though, like when us, unfortunately, are sitting just in the shadow of just like the shame and purity culture that like totally like framed your sexual experience and whatever choices you may have made as weapons of shame. So I think in that sense, that also, even within the church, robbed us of a healthy view of sex also. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? By just having this like shame culture around that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I think both need to be like
Yeah,
Let's
they
talk
both
about
need to
both.
address, like, there needs to be like a proper view. But at least, hey, like I said, I'm not saying they're offering like the most perfect examples, but at least they're engaging the conversation in a way, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's probably a net positive for these type of discussions, you know?
But you also like the new Lion King, so we'll take that with a grain of salt. Jess.
I mean, yeah, because
It looks
Jesse,
awesome.
maybe
It looks visually stunning, people. It looks like a visual masterpiece.
Jesse, I mean, the problematic thing is like Hannah got the last word in this dialogue as you're talking about, like they're bringing it up, and her last word was, "I'm going to go do what I want, and God forgives me anyway." I mean, and that's like now the message of what the right Christian perspective should be, and it's like,
Yeah,
and it's like. To me, that's unhealthy. That's bad. Like just because the topic comes up, it's like I don't want the world going, "Oh, I can be a Christian because you can do whatever you want. I sin every day and God just forgives me. That's fine. Whatever." You know?
Yeah. You know, I don't disagree with you. I still think obviously anything that you watch needs to be done so with discernment. But I think the idea that people are at least willing to talk about the Holy Spirit, talk about Jesus, talk about church, talk about how those values inform their opinions, even if they're misguided or wrong. I think, not to take any of these people as like biblical scholars or anything, but any time that
but sadly, how many millions and tens of millions of Americans, this is their exposure to, a normal Christian, not one of those bigoted evangelicals. I like the Hannah type of Christian. Okay, cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
But
it changes the national perception of.
But that puts the onus on us, not on necessarily the show, like on us to be regular people with a healthy worldview in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because I've often thought this too, like, for us, it was like, oh, you're listening to gangster music. You're listening to gangster rap. You're going to become a gangster. And I'm like, how unintelligent do you think I am? That I can't listen to this song and know that that's not the life choice I'm going to make. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so there was so many other things that I was influenced by that I could pop in an NWA tape and know those are not good life choices.
Just because I saw the wiener dog skin the rabbit alive doesn't mean I want to skin the rabbit alive.
Yeah,
Really?
I'm not going to walk
my dog?
just because I saw Jesse pull the shell off a turtle. You understand what I'm saying?
They were not connected prop.
I know Jesse crazy. I'm not going to go home and do that. I'm saying that's on him. He crazy.
All right, that'll do it for
It's the hot list. The hot list. It's sizzling.
I
always want to say
jingle is the proper view of marital sex.
I always want to say at the end of that, like at the end of that jingle, every time I want to go, "We're back, baby."
It's so
He's smoking hot, baby. How's it?
Every night in high school, I would listen to
I
one or
voted
two
against
jams
it.
after
I voted
9
against it.
after
You're not
9
gonna
o'clock.
vote specifically against that one. Yeah.
After 9 p.m.,
What's up,
1 or 2
baby?
jams,
Welcome to
Orlando,
Podcast.
Florida. Bruce B-Box would come on, keeping it soft and warm in the quiet storm. And I'm telling you, that jingle would have fit right in.
Perfect. I'm your host, Cameron Strang. We got the Relevant Podcast.
That's what we're shooting for.
We got the fly Latina. We got the Puerto Rock.
You got the love line open for your dedications.
She gonna teach you about good, healthy views of sex. Just go and slide
this
to
one,
the church.
this one goes out. This one goes out to
She
an
just said
ex-boyfriend.
she was preaching on it.
Real healthy sex. No,
Real
sorry.
healthy sex.
This one goes out to an ex-boyfriend that was literally the devil. Here it is, Highway to Hell. Let's play. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, stay tuned. Up next, David Crowder joins us.
Makers and Mystics is a podcast for creative-minded chasers of beauty, wonder, and truth. Each week, Makers and Mystics host conversations with various artists, theologians, and leading voices from a diverse background on topics related to the creative process and how our spiritual life intersects with creativity. You'll hear from artists such as Josh Garrels, Sleeping at Last, Audrey Assad, and John Mark McMillan. Listen to Makers and Mystics on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and at makersandmystics.com.
You're listening to Tom York. The song is Traffic. Well, today's show is brought to you by Quip. It's summer, people are traveling, and packing your toiletries somehow always involves the delicate game of stacking and space hacking. Don't get us started on lotion exploding all over our shave kits, Chandler.
I may have modified the script a little.
That's why Quip electric toothbrushes work just as well at home as they do on the go. The compact and wireless design tucks easily into the corner of your carry-on or your back pocket if you're just spending the night. Plus, the travel-ready cover protects your brush from sandy swimsuits and luggage slip-ups. The 3-month battery life will last through a season filled with weekends away. They're making it easier than ever to keep up with your wake-up and wind-down routine when you're out on the road. Quip is one of the first electric toothbrushes accepted by the American Dental Association. They're backed by over 25,000 dental professionals, and they have thousands of verified 5-star reviews. Quip is cool. It's an incredible design. It looks like a Tesla, and it has a built-in 2-minute timer, which pulses every 30 seconds to remind you when to switch sides and help you clean your whole mouth evenly. 90% of us, I'm looking at you again, Chandler, don't brush for a full 2 minutes or clean evenly. We need to talk. Brush heads are automatically delivered on a dentist recommended schedule every 3 months for just $5 because 75% of us use old, worn out bristles that are ineffective. That's why I love Quip. That's why I take it every time I travel. I actually have 2. I have one that's in my travel shave kit bag always, and then I have one at the house. There you go. Quip starts at just $25, and if you go to getquip.com/relevant right now, you can get your first refill pack for free. That's your first refill pack for free at getquip.com/relevant. Go do it now. Well, David Crowder is a singer, songwriter, and worship artist known for mashing up genres as well as his deeply spiritual lyrics. On the heels of last year's acclaimed album, I Know a Ghost, Crowder has released 2 new songs, both collaborations. Let It Rain, Is There Anyone, featuring Mandisa, and Testify, which features Social Club Misfits. We recently spoke with Crowder about the power of collaboration and the evolution of the worship genre. Here is part of Jesse's conversation with David Crowder.
But let's start with Let It Rain, man. How did you end up coming to work with Mandisa?
Well, it was one of those. I don't know. I'm not very. I'm not a good planner. I guess is how we say it. So a lot of what I do is it's like I wind up working with people just because it's in the air. You know, it's like so that song started happening. Actually, first of all, I got a track from a guy I still have not met because the way I went about making this record, I tried to do it like the hip hop folk do. Like you just get a track. I would get like a Dropbox folder from somebody, and there'd be like 12 tracks in it, and you just kind of start scrolling through, and they have like an idea of like a verse and a chorus type vibe, you know. So there's like a vibe to the song already. And man, this one on the Let It Rain one, that little piano intro thing. That thing hit, and immediately I'm thinking Biz Marquee. You know, I'm thinking that. You say it's the print, and I'm already smiling. It's got that like, kind of sounds like a old Beastie Boys beat underneath it. I'm like, this song is going to be amazing. So that track jumped out at me, and so I started messing around with like what would sit on top of that well, as far as the song goes. And then I had a plane flight to go to Nashville to work with Ed Cash and do some writing with Ed, and like the whole song just came on the flight. I'm like, here it is. And so by the time I landed, I'm like, Ed, dude, check this out though. I know we were going to work on this other stuff, but check this. This is going to be amazing. And so we pretty much fleshed the whole thing out. And I'm like, this has to have like somebody legit singer on here because I sound silly. And he's like, man. So Mandisa was here like yesterday, and I was like, yes, dude, call her now. That's how that happens. It's like she happened to be having been working with him like a few days prior, and then so anyway, it's just a lot of it's just organic. The way it, for me, how it happens is because I'm mostly not a good planner. And the social club thing, it was kind of a similar thing. I had just been talking to my A&R guy, Brad O'Donnell, who I've been working with forever, and he had shown me some of their new stuff that was coming. I'm like, dang, man, that is some cool stuff. I need to get them on something. And immediately I was like, I know. Hey, send this to them. See, I didn't know them at all. Send this to them. and I was about to see them like the next day at this thing, and I already had like the track in hand by the time I was like shaking hands with them for the first time. It was like, dang, man, they kill it. So some folks that are really good at what they do, and those are a couple of them.
I want to talk a little bit about the writing to Let It Rain, because one of the most interesting things is like when you hear the song, like you said, it comes in with that kind of like that. It sounds like that Hammond B3 kind of, or that cool intro, and then and it's got this like upbeat kind of sound. But when you listen to the lyrics, it's like, oh, this is about going through trials and kind of welcoming trials. Tell me about the lyrics, but also the approach of like that juxtaposition of kind of this cool upbeat thing, but like the song is actually pretty heavy.
It is. It sounds like you described it pretty perfectly. It sounds like a very sunshiny, and especially since we're rolling out in the summertime, it feels like, it's just one of those roll your window down in the car driving with the air. But you didn't know it was raining outside, so you've got the window down and the rain's hitting you in the face. If you're paying attention, it's a little sneaky that way. And that's another reason why Mandisa's on there, is because I think she's been so open and a great model within a church or liturgical music in a way that she's been open and vulnerable about her struggles and her trials. And I thought, man, if this thing's going to be one of those that they roll out for radio, I can't think of a better person to be alongside of me talking about heavy stuff. Because I think we forget. There was a moment when I was with my pastor, Louis Giglio. We were out on the road somewhere, and it wasn't like a sermon he was giving. It was just like something he said in a casual conversation with me. But we're talking about some pals of ours, and I just think people forget that, God's the one that led his children into the wilderness. They're like, they get out of bondage and slavery, and then they go straight into the wilderness, and there's promised land on the other side, but you got to go through the wilderness to get there. And that just stuck with me for a long time. And that's what that song's trying to encapsulate is, man, don't panic, man. Maybe right where you are right now, this is where growth's coming. This is where, on the mountaintop is not where everything starts to bloom and flourish. It's when you're in the valley, and when the rain's hitting you in the face, that your roots start sinking in, and you've got something to stand on later. And so that's what I'm trying to say with that song. That's another reason I thought Mandisa was a perfect thing that I feel like God's timing just sort of rolled out in front of us.
I was falling apart when heaven rescued me. Recovered my heart, I want the world to see. I can testify. I can testify. I gave him my life, he gave it back to me. No longer the same, not who I used to be. I can testify.
It's interesting. Earlier, I think you described it as like liturgical music, because I was listening to it the other day, and a friend came in and who's like, "Oh, this is great. Who's this?" And I was like, "Oh, it's Crowder." And I know obviously you have you have songs that are like worshipful, and you have songs that are kind of just rock and roll, and songs like this that are expressing these kind of deep spiritual things. Do you think people, because of really artists like yourself that are writing songs that are different sonically, but also different thematically, like wrestling with stuff with tough things, do you think people's idea of what quote unquote like worship and worshipful music is evolving, and it is becoming kind of more this liturgical exercise instead of just raise your hands and praise, which is great, but this is really like challenging on a spiritual level?
I guess the circles I'm in, it sure seems that the lane's wider in terms of what I think. When I started, doing this in the church, 20 years ago, it's like it felt like you didn't have a lot of leeway. You know, your lexicon was really small, and it feels like things are a lot wider. And I remember growing up in a more traditional church. You had an orchestra at times. You know, a big choir happening, complicated arrangements and songs, and for I'd say a good 3/4 of the service, you're not singing. You only sang together a little bit, and a lot of it was just very challenging material that you would be formed by. And that feels like, the special music. You know what I mean? It's like, where does the special music go? Because hey, we all want to be involved, but it feels like there's a lot broader attempts at movement in terms of how to move the human to understand the divine more fully, and music is sure the easy way to go about that. And it feels like a lot of the more progressive contemporary churches are exploring a lot of other ways to move their congregation outside of just quote unquote praise courses or whatever you want to call those songs that really usher. And that's what kind of is leading into this whole thing, is when we started thinking, hey man, we could probably be a little more current with our art. And so that's great, but I think at the same time there's a desire for us to understand the broadness of the divine and to use all of our tools available to help us understand that is sure beneficial to a community of believers.
Thank you, God, for red letters when the ground began to shake. The grace of God started falling. I became a free man that day. The prison wall.
That was David Crowder. Stay tuned. Up next, let's Ask the Cast.
This time wonderful on my own. Next time gunning for no life on. Press time wonderful on iPhone. Jose can take your dime. I don't see white light though. I don't take the time the night will.
You're listening to Velvet Negroni. The song is Wine Green. If your wine is green, don't probably drink it. Okay, it is time for Ask the Cast.
If you got something you want to know, now's the time to ask. It's Ask the Cast.
Ooh, that was the debut of Chandler's first attempt at an Ask the Cast jingle.
There it is.
I like it. Okay, you guys hit us up on Twitter this week. We're going to double dip. On the Tuesday episode, we did the Ask the Cast thing. You guys tweeted us questions at Relevant Podcast. And we thought with Bianca and Prop on today, we would keep it going. You guys sent us a ton of great questions this week, so we figure we keep them going. Okay, so we got a relationship expert on the show with us today. She's preaching about sex on Sunday.
Come on now.
So
and
here's
I'm in
a
an
question.
Expert relationship.
Michelle asks, how do you guys feel about getting married young? Good thing, bad thing? What's the youngest age someone should be before considering marriage? That's a real question.
That's real
You
talk.
asking B or are you asking both of us?
It's the whole whoever.
Yeah, Bianca, why don't you start us off?
Okay, so I will say I've got lots of opinions about this, and let's take it with a grain of salt and ask the cast. But I will say there are pros and cons to getting married young, and there's pros and cons to getting married a little bit older, a little bit more seasoned in life. Here's what I recently read through an article of Dr. Esther Perel. She is a relationship expert and therapist. And what she had said is, for those that get married young, or even those that get married older, it's recognizing that your spouse will evolve.
Yes.
Almost in like 3 different people in the course of a traditionally linked marriage. And when I read that, I was shocked because I realized, like, if we don't continually choose the next evolution of that person, then that's where marital conflicts come in. There is age change about every 7 to 10 years, and we become different people through trauma, through life change, through illness, through death of parents, through a job transition. We completely change our hearts, our minds, what's driving us. And so if you get married young, it's with the understanding walking in that the person you marry on that day when you're 22 years old, fresh out of college and living in an apartment, with high hopes and big dreams, that the person that you're married to in 10 years will be very different. I think a benefit in getting married slightly older is that you have probably statistically speaking, a greater awareness of who you are, the things that you like, your aspirations and your goals, and you're looking for someone to complement. It's, there's still that attraction and there's still that sexual passion that's needed, but the values are different. I'm looking for someone that's going to take me further in my career. I'm looking for someone that likes to travel like this. I'm looking for someone that wants to build like this. Where in your 20s, it's a little bit more idealistic. I think as long as both people are aware of life transitions in the future and aware of what they're looking for, I think it could be successful. It doesn't really matter the age. I am glad that I didn't get married until a little bit later, just because I think I might have resented being my age now and being married so young without my life experiences, traveling the globe, going to grad school, being fully independent, financially, making financial autonomous decisions, which I will say now that I'm married, I'm so glad that my husband runs our finances because we actually have a 401k and a savings account and that sort of stuff, which when I was living on my own, I didn't have because I didn't care about.
That was a really good answer. I was going to say, so around 20 is probably about young enough. That was really good because I was jotting notes. I was like, oh, this is all I can come up with. Maybe about 20.
Andrew asks, if you could have one of these three things, which would you pick? Here we go. Number 1, free food for life. 2, free travel for life. 3, your pet lives as long as you.
Oh, I'm traveling.
Travel for life.
Yeah. Do you know how much money, Bianca, I know you with me with this. You know how much more money you're going to take home per gig if you don't have to cover travel?
That's true. So you're thinking about it. You're thinking about it as a vocational.
Oh, are you kidding me, dude? Like,
because normal people would have to work 50 weeks a year, and they might get 1 or 2 weeks to travel. So traveling for free may not be as attractive to them. But to you could be on the road every day making money.
Oh my gosh. I would be like, yeah, this is how much it costs per show plus travel. I just get to pocket the travel because I got it for free.
This one, sadly, this is easy for me. I would obviously choose to have the pets that would live a long time. I just need one more day just to tell little Michelangelo, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
But the sad thing is like in my bunny situation, the skin has been removed. Yeah, is he still living for the rest of my life as a skinless,
kind of disgusting,
scarred
50 more
rabbit?
years ahead of him.
Yeah, that'd be horrible.
Bianca, you taking the food, travel, or the pets for live forever? I have a feeling you're going to go pets live forever.
I'm holding my dachshund in my hands right now, and I'm cuddling with him because if he could live as long as I do, I would be incredibly happy. That would be an amazing gift. Cameron, it makes me feel so guilty that I'm holding my weenie dog, my dachshund, thinking of your sweet little rabbit.
You keep wondering why it keeps coming up. It's because I'm looking at a killer on my computer screen right now.
And that killer's got a dog in her arms.
Well played.
All right, Bobby says, I have a stand-up comedy show in a few weeks. Bobby does. What's a great way to engage the audience?
Well, number 1.
The audience.
Sounds like you're starting at a deficit here. If you're
wondering,
you asking us.
Yeah. Hey, I got an idea. Tell some jokes. That seems to work.
How about that? Get yourself a tight vibe, bro.
I mean, tell a funny story. I don't know what you're looking here, man. I feel like it's pretty self-evident. If you're at a stand-up comedy show, there's really one thing you can do to engage the audience, and that is to say funny things. I really am concerned about this gig for you, Bobby. If you are coming in for the Lakers, what can I do to engage the audience at a stand-up comedy show? It's just you and a mic up there. Just start opening your mouth and hopefully funny things come out. That's literally it. I mean, literally, they don't want anything else. They want nothing else. That is all, Bobby.
Maybe we have different definitions of stand-up comedy gigs. Yeah.
Okay. Last, Sarah asks, what's the weirdest piece of advice you're glad you took? You're glad you took. Weirdest piece of advice you're glad you took.
Organize your life through Google Calendar. Honestly, that has been such a game changer in my life. I get to send time notifications. I color code my calendar. I share my calendar with my husband, and it has been a game changer for our family.
Interesting.
Yeah, we use that, but I don't think that was the weirdest one.
That's a very, very practical piece of advice.
That's actually a great piece of advice.
It's weird because I am a chaotic Latina who can't organize herself in a box. So to me, I was like, what do you mean? Organize my time. It felt very foreign.
Yeah.
Well, I got advice this one time. They said the thing about having a pet turtle is they go slowly because they're carrying on this heavy, heavy shell. And what's better
They need
for
a
the
break
turtle?
every once in a while.
What's better for the turtle is to give them a little fresh air, like pull them out. Yeah.
It might seem like they're resisting, but they pop right out.
They
Start
kind
with
of
the
get
legs.
stunned for a second when they get out.
If Looney Tunes taught us anything, he wears it like a coat, and he can just like take it off when he goes to bed at night. Yeah.
Y'all, let's just clarify again that this was a joke because I don't want PETA to come after y'all online.
It's a sick, hilarious joke.
Hey, but we can tell that guy to just steal Jesse's jokes for his show. He can tell him
You have
about
my
a turtle
permission,
that he
Bobby.
had with a shell named Michelangelo.
I say them, they fall into a void, and they're yours forever. I don't care, Bobby. I will never find out. You have my permission. That's my advice to you.
Chad's looking for some help. He's looking to propose, and he's wondering like if we have any suggestions on when and how he should do that. I mean, it's tough to not know the couple.
Yeah,
but
I was gonna say here's my advice: don't ask nobody else.
Yeah.
You need to know that lady, right?
Right.
So it needs to be custom fit, clearly tailor made for her.
do not do it during a timeout at a sporting event.
Yeah.
Do not do that. I have seen way too many of those, and the woman is always upset.
Yeah.
Do not do it
because you did that for you.
Yeah.
So you ain't do that for her.
Yeah.
There's nothing that anyone loves more, particularly, what I presume is, a very happy couple. Nothing they want more than a days-long scavenger hunt that ends in dangerous places and involves her, doing quite a bit of traveling and hopefully making it alive to the marriage. If that doesn't work, if that's too much for you, I know this guy Bobby's having a stand-up comedy show soon. And,
he doesn't know any jokes.
I understand he's very low on material, and so if maybe you could ask him to propose from stage, that would probably engage the crowd. So I think we can kill two birds with one stone here, guys.
There it is.
That's good.
Okay, that was a bonus.
If you got something you want to know, now's the time to ask. It's Ask the Cast.
That was fun. Hey, Prob, what are you out on tour right now? What are you doing?
I am in a month. This is the first time I'm going to be finally touring with my wife. We're touring the Red Couch podcast, which thanks to Relevant for launching us first.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So got 3 dates on the docket now, August 9th and 10th, which is in August 9th in Houston, and then in Dallas on the 10th, and then Chicago
So what does it entail? It's a live podcast recording?
Yeah, so it's called the Hard to Love Tour. So it's we're gonna cover some
because you're hard to love.
Because I am, right? But so are you.
Because you're so crabby.
Because I'm so crabby, right? So yeah, I mean, it's our pod. So we're gonna do a hood politics section. Where we super funny, cover all the hot takes of politics, and then we're gonna just talk about just a lot of like interpersonal relationships and with hard to love each other, hard to love yourself, hard to love the future, your past, like all those things. We're gonna interview a few people. Matter of fact, I think at the times now we can tell you who we're gonna interview for Dallas. We're gonna interview Tripley.
Nice.
So he's going to be on that show.
Nice.
And then Words Played. Yeah, I know you guys did Word Played. So he's coming. He's gonna warm the crowd for us. But he's gonna do stand up. Like he's not gonna rap. He's gonna do some stand up.
Give him some tips on how to
Invite
engage
Bobby.
the audience.
Yeah, I'll invite Bobby to come check him out. Like if you guys know Words Played, he's hilarious.
Well, it's weird, Prop. I must have got lost in my spam filter. I didn't see the invite that you sent me to be a guest and perform. So we'll just figure that out after. I'm assuming maybe it's probably something with my Google Calendar, like a glitch or something. You guys can help me figure it out, but I'll make sure to get it on there. Don't worry.
Aside from doing the podcast, do you perform?
I am going to perform. I'm going to perform some unreleased music, which is like super rad. Like I have a lot of music coming. I know I've been quiet for a while, but like I have a ton of music coming. I'm going to perform some of that. We're going to do like a Q&A for the VIPs. And the doctor's coming. Like every show I do, somebody goes, "I like you, but I love your wife." And I'm like, "I know, me too. Yeah, she's smart. I know, right?" But like, she's actually coming, so this is going to be super dope. And
it's going great.
So yeah, August 9th, 10th, October 10th. You can go to my website, prophiphop.com.
And Bianca, your book, How to Have Your Life Not Suck: Becoming Today Who You Want to Be Tomorrow. It's available for pre-order now, right?
Yes, sir. And there's a bunch of incentives. There's a 7-series study through the Book of Ruth and some interactive quizzes, some downloadable goods, and a coupon for 10% off any merch in my store, BiancaOlthoff.com.
Come on now. You got like an enterprise going over there. Yeah. I like it.
Trying to fund the church, boo. Trying to fund the church.
Hey, many thanks to David Crowder for joining us as well. Make sure to check out his new single, Let It Rain, Is There Anybody, which is out now. Look at that. Thank you to Quip for making the episode possible. Remember, Quip starts at just $25. And if you go to getquip.com/relevant right now, you can get your first refill pack for free. GETQUIP.com. You won't regret it. Well, on that note, we will wrap things up. This is a lot of fun. The most diverse episode. We got Hillbilly. We got West Coast, East Coast, Black, Spanish, white, and really white. Jesse. So
and one eye patch. So check all the boxes
on the new census form. All right. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Propaganda. I'm Chandler String.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Bianca Olthoff.
We will see you on Tuesday. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Thank you for listening to the Relevant Podcast. If you like what you heard, be sure to leave us a review on iTunes. Check out other shows from the Relevant Podcast Network in the podcast section at relevantmagazine.com. And while you're there, browse exclusive podcast merchandise at our online store. Make sure to subscribe to Relevant Magazine. Info is available at relevantmagazine.com/subscribe.
That sea turtle with a straw stuck up its nose. The end of Armageddon when Bruce Willis dies on the asteroid. Are you hearing this okay? I just chested levels here.
Relevant Podcast Network.
Time is precious, and so are our pets. So time with our pets is extra precious. That's why we started Dutch. Dutch provides 24/7 access to licensed vets with unlimited virtual visits and follow-ups for up to 5 pets. You can message a vet at any time and schedule a video visit the same day. Our vets can even prescribe medication for many ailments, and shipping is always free. With Dutch, you'll get more time with your pets and year-round peace of mind when it comes to their vet care.
Go to Dutch.com to get vet care that is always there for just $92 a year.